It is life's apprentice. It's been a long time since I have been in a dumpster truck or made really a dumpster video. But today, Laura is out with her oldest, looking at some colleges, which is crazy to think that we're all getting that old. Me and Chelsea will be there in a few years. But so she has a day off, and I'm going to be running some dumpsters. So it sounds like we got a pretty full day. And just kind of vlog it and kind of talk about what I'm thinking about. It's been a while since I talked to you guys, so I'm sure I've never had an issue talking, so I'm sure I'll have plenty to say. But let's get this day underway. It is starting to cool down. Definitely fall is in the air. Leaves are starting to turn and fall off the trees, and it's getting into the 30s at night already. So let's see what we can get into. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And this may be the only video I make for a few weeks, as I'm still kind of taking a break, but this just kind of came up and figured I'd make some content for you guys. So first thing to start my day, and I know you guys really can't see this, but we're going to go into Docket. Docket is the app that we use to track everything in our dumpster business. If you go into the description of all my videos, they've given me a code or, a coupon for you guys. You guys can get a free trial. And there's a referral link down there too. So if you guys decide to go with Docket and use Docket and pay for Docket, use my referral link. It doesn't really help you guys out, but it helps me out a little bit. They give me a little bit of a kickback on the subscription for it. It's super nice. We've been using it for almost a year, and it works really well for us. So I am not a big part of the business, and the scheduling and stuff like that anymore. So this is the first time I'm looking at it, but I have a 10-yard drop-off, a 20-yard pickup, a 20-yard drop-off, 15-yard drop-off, 10-yard pickup, and a 20-yard pickup. So it's nice because if you have employees or you're gone for an entire weekend, you don't have to scramble and figure out what you got to do on a Monday or something like that. You can just wake up, go into your Docket, and figure out your task for that day. The other nice thing about it is you have a driver app and an administrative app. So I have both on my phone. In the driver app, you cannot change anything. And then in the administrator app, you can change things. So say you take a call and you need to add something in while you're out driving and doing dumpsters. You can do that all on your phone. You don't have to do it at a computer. So you can make adjustments and changes to the time and days and add people to it on the go. It's really nice. I definitely recommend it. The people at Docket are really, really great to work with. And I know there's other ones out there. I've never tried them, so I'm not saying it's the best, and I'm not trying to sell you guys on it necessarily. I'm just telling you this is what we use. I trust it. I know it, and it works really well for us. And that's really the only thing. That's one of the big things about YouTube and stuff like that, as far as like sponsors or referrals and companies and stuff like that. The only referrals and companies that I give you guys are things that I use and I know that work. Now they may not work for everybody, but I've used them, I trust them, and I know that they work for me. So we're going to click on this guy. It has notes in there, and we're going to go. Alright, well, we got the first one set. I'm way up on this boulevard. See the dumpster over there blocking the whole road because of these stupid boulevards. I don't know why they make these things. Seems really kind of pointless to me. But that one's set, paid for. That's a $450 10-yard dumpster. So because we're moving into this new area. We've been coming here for a while, but we're moving into this area because it's underserviced. And they're in the process of building a brand new interstate from basically from our yard to this town. Now, this is about, I don't know, it's about 45 miles from the yard, but it used to be a 2-lane highway or county highway, and now they're making it a 4-lane interstate. So it went from 55 miles an hour from our yard to this town to it's going to be 70 miles an hour from our yard to this town. And we also have a transfer station out here, and this area it's a pretty big town. I don't know exactly how big, maybe 50,000 people. And so everything logistically is just kind of works for us out here, and it's an underserviced area. So we've started doing a lot of business in this area. And the nice thing is, you might say, hey, Justin, why are you driving 50 miles for a dumpster? Well, once we get into this town and we have dumpsters all over, I drove past 2 dumpsters on my way in. Now I'm going to pick up a dumpster in the same town, take it to the dump about 10 miles away, and then I'm going to reset it back here. So in a 45-mile each way trip, I'm accomplishing a drop-off, a pickup, and another drop-off. So when you're talking about these miles, if you're making one single trip all the time, it may or may not be worth it. But when you can stack these up and get more dumpsters out in a town and kind of schedule things properly, it saves you tons of time, and you can make a lot of money. Also, we usually are charging, we're up to $350 for a 10-yard, $400 for a 15, $450 for a 20-yard. That's our base flat rate, starting rate. So $450, we're charging an extra $100 for that 10-yard. So do the math and tell me if that's not worth it. I think it is. And out here we can basically name our price because it's underserviced. Nobody else is going to service these people if we don't. So it's really a good opportunity, and I know a lot of you guys starting out and stuff like that, you want to stay close to home and all that kind of stuff. But just saying, if you do it right, traveling farther away might actually be more profitable. But you have to figure that all out for yourself. We've worked slowly kind of into this and learned our margins and learned how things work. Ideally, we do keep everything close, but as we grow, unless you live in a major population area, which we do not, one town of 50,000 people can only handle so many dumpsters. So that's the only way that we can truly grow, is to branch out and move to different towns. All right, well, this one was on the street. I wasn't really expecting that. It just looks like a bunch of junk. The drywall doesn't look like we got to worry about anything flying out. We'll pick her up, make sure the door's shut. I don't know if they need a permit in this town to put it on the street or not, but it was on the street. I've been telling people and preaching this for a long time that scale equals efficiency, and this is one of those things.
Head south on South 21st Street toward Arizona Avenue.
This is one of those things that scale does equal efficiency. Having more dumpsters out and just being able to schedule them and do certain towns, certain days, and kind of bundle everything together is huge for the business. Now, I dropped off that 10-yard at 10:32. It is 10:39, and I've already gotten to my destination, picked that up, and am on my way to the dump in 7 minutes. Now, it was only a mile away, which is nice, and it doesn't always work out that way, but scale does equal efficiency, and it's important to understand that, because it really does make a big difference. Now we're going to take this to the transfer station, which is like 15 miles away from here, and then we're going to bring it right back. It's about 10 miles back, 12 miles back to where this dumpster goes. So just by coming to this town, even though it is a little bit far away, having dumpsters out here allows us to pick up full ones and set empty ones all in the same trip, which saves us tons and tons of time. Well, we're setting this 20 yard. We got it to the dump. It's actually a transfer station, but it's privately owned transfer station, and I've been looked at really funny filming there. And I think one of the reasons they may watch my videos, but they're a competitor. So they own the transfer station and they're a competitor. So it makes it a little bit, it's an interesting dynamic, we'll put it that way. We are done in this town. That was started with the drop off. We came out with a full trailer. We picked one up at a different location, 20 yard, and got it to the dump, and then got it reset in the same town. And ideally, the way that I'm building this business is kind of like a business within a business eventually. I would like to have, like in a town like this, I would like to have pretty much one full-time driver out here, you know, keep 15 or 20 dumpsters in rotation in this area, and then kind of duplicate that, which we are already doing in other towns. But the problem is you got to get to a certain scale where you can keep a driver busy in a certain area, and we are not at that scale yet. So we're kind of jumping back and forth, but keeping, you know, 6 or 8 dumpsters in rotation in this specific area saves us a lot of time, because we can do 2 or 3 tasks every time we come out here versus you know, driving all the way out to drop off a dumpster and then driving all the way back to another town to do stuff there. Now, it doesn't always work out this way, but the more dumpsters you get out and the more towns you get into, the more dumpsters you have, makes it a little bit easier. I wanted to touch, I'm noticing out here a lot of other dumpster guys moving into this area. Some big names, some smaller names, and you know, that could be, I know that there are quite a few of my competitors that do watch my YouTube videos, so I might be giving them ideas, but I'm doing this for the new people and for people who don't and are not in the business or just got into the business. So hit the thumbs up, because I mean, I'm giving away my secrets, I guess, and my business plans to my competitors, which could be, I mean, there's room for competition, so I'm not scared of the competitors or anything like that. We're able to grow this business on just the fact that we provide a great service at a good price, and people need it. But I am giving away secrets to some of my competitors. Some of them may be taking advantage of that. Some of them maybe not. I've talked to a few different ones, you know, local, smaller, you know, 100 dumpsters or less type businesses, and I don't know, hit the thumbs up, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. I'm doing this for you, and if you guys don't want to watch it, you know, maybe I just don't do it anymore. I don't know. I put a lot of myself out there, and growing a business like this is not easy, and I never claimed it was, and I don't want you guys to think that it is. This is almost 2 years in now, and it's taken us, you know, so long to get to this point, and now we're kind of at a point in growth where, you know, we need to make some decisions and possibly change a few things. We definitely need help on the employee side, etc. But just hit the thumbs up for me and enjoy these videos, because I'm really putting myself out there, like I said. Anyways, enough rambling. We are at the yard. I just got this 15 yard all picked up and everything, and this one's going to a customer close by, 2 miles. Well, I figured I'd show you guys the yard. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 15 yards and 7 20 yards, not including this one right here. So that's 16 dumpsters. That means we have 33 out. This one will make 34. And all of our 10 yards are gone. 10 yards do actually seem to sell really, really well. But the problem with the 10 yards, and the reason why I want to not get too many at the moment, is because I think you're undercutting yourself with the 10 yards versus the 15. If you have a 10 yard to offer, somebody who wants a 15 may take it and overfill it. So I'd rather just keep more 15s around, sell those. If somebody needs a 10, well, you just tell them you don't have one, you sell them a 15. And most of the time, people have more stuff than they think they have, and they need a bigger dumpster than they think they need. But it's the first time I've been to the yard, or filmed at the yard, since we got all the shipment of new dumpsters. So you might say, hey, why'd you get all those new dumpsters when they're all just sitting at the yard? Well, the main reason is I know it's going to take time to get them. I know I'm going to need them eventually. And marketing does take time. Now we're getting in towards winter, and things are going to start slowing down for us a little bit. Right now they're moving perfect. But honestly, I never, ever, ever want to see this yard empty ever again. And every time I see it empty, it makes me want to buy more. I think to run a good, efficient business and be able to service your customers, you should always have on hand more than you think you need. That way you're never turning down customers, because that could be a customer for life. And we've been in that situation since we bought this business, where we're always turning down customers because we're constantly sold out. Now this is a bit excessive. I completely agree. My excuse for that is these dumpsters took a lot longer to get than I thought. I was hoping to get them early summer so that I had plenty of time to get the marketing going and get these things moving. Now the market is kind of slowing down, so I don't want to advertise too much and then not be able to handle those customers. So it's going to take a little bit of time. We are moving some of the new ones. You know, I haven't been involved as much the last couple of weeks, so I don't know how many we've really had here, but I know that our sales are still doing great. So figured I'd show that to you and kind of explain my thought process on getting more dumpsters. I think we've hit in kind of a point where we don't need any more for now. That is for sure. We're paying down the ones that we've bought, and that's very important, because when I took out loans for these, I took out loans not expecting to pay that for the life of the loan. I think the first 10 that we got this spring are completely paid off. And then we're starting to make larger payments on this last 12. So I'm hoping by spring that those will be completely paid off. The 22 that we got this year on loan. That's my goal. And then we have another trailer coming. That's going to have to get paid off. That's getting pushed back in time too. But we don't really need the trailer per se, but I figured I'd get it now and hang on to it. That way we have a backup, because when we are truly running 2 trucks, we need a backup truck and we need a backup trailer. My F-250 is a backup truck if needed, and this will provide us that backup trailer. Well, we're at the next pickup. Doing a little remodel, looks like, on this house. It's a 10 yard. So actually we do have a 10 yard. I don't know if it's sold, but picking this up frees one up, so we have one. Like they're gutting and remodeling the whole house. See some plaster in there, metal roofing and drywall. So this one might actually be fairly heavy. I would imagine it probably is. Alright, well, we got that one. We can get her to the dump. I have one more pickup, but this will probably be the last one I can get to the dump. Going into Docket. This one is 1004. So enter 1004 pickup, and then would you like to go to the dump? I just click a button, gives me directions to the dump, and we are on our way. Simple as that. Docket's really nice. It's got everyone's phone number saved in there. Keeps track of all of our dumpsters, so we know when we're getting them back, where they are, based on individual numbers. So there's lots of benefits, and I can literally click buttons and it links to Google Maps, and it'll take me to the dump, whichever dump I'd like to go to, and it'll take me to the house, whichever house, so I don't have to type anything in, no confusion. Just click a button and go. Alright, well, we got that 10-yard dumped and back to the yard, and now we're here to pick up this one. Looks like they just built a garage. I'm gonna grab this guy, and that'll be the end of the day. Get this guy picked up. That's it for this one. We got quite a few tasks done today. Wasn't quite a full day. I worked from like 9 to 3:30, something like that, with no breaks. So put about 300 miles on the truck. That's what you can expect on a full day, at least for us. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But I heard people say how expensive our maintenance fees are for our vehicles. Well, I don't think they understand. Yes, we do buy brand new vehicles, but if you're putting 50,000 miles on a truck, that's like 7 oil changes, and on a diesel at 200 some bucks a piece, you're talking like almost $2,000 in oil changes and filters and stuff like that a year. So yeah, our maintenance is a little bit higher than what you would expect. This is a brand new truck. This will need tires. Can you see that? 1/4 inch of tread right here, maybe 3/8. These need to get rotated. This truck already has 25,000 miles on it in less than a year, and we don't use this truck every single day. So expect your maintenance fees to be expensive on the vehicles, just because you're putting a lot of miles on it. We've had absolutely zero issues with this truck. We love it. We just crossed over 25,000 this week on this truck. So overall, between the two trucks, I would say per year we're going to be putting 75 to possibly 100,000 miles a year. So when people say $5 grand a year for maintenance on a brand new truck, that's ridiculous. Well, it is ridiculous, but you're putting a lot of miles on. And my maintenance costs include trailers. So the trailers also need maintenance. They need grease, they need new tarps, they need new tires, they need new bearings, hoses break, batteries on the motors, etc. There's a lot of maintenance, even if you have brand new stuff. But just throwing that out there, because I've gotten quite a few comments about that, about our maintenance with brand new trucks. It's going to be just as much, if not more, with an older truck. Most likely more. So that being said, I'm glad I got to make you guys a video. I have time to film it, edit it, and upload it before my next hunting excursion. Please go down, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. It'll probably be a little while before I make another video, but we will be back with some more videos. Leave ideas for videos down in the comments, whatever you'd like to see, if you have questions, comments. But that's it for this one. I will see you on the next one.